And thanks for staying with News 3. Governor Tony Evers says his top priorities this year have not changed from the campaign.
One of the top priorities being education. Rose Schmidt is here to explain what the governor is proposing. Rose?
Yes, well, Governor Evers will introduce his state budget next month. He says he plans to include the education provisions that were part of the budget he wrote in his former position as state superintendent for the Department of Public Instruction. Republican lawmakers tell me they're hoping to work with Evers on K-12 education issues.
Today, I'm announcing the STAR Student Program.
Announcing his first initiative on education at a Madison elementary school, Governor Tony Evers says he wants to highlight student success with a program where teachers can nominate outstanding students.
I said it 100 times during the campaign and probably as many times since, is that what's best for our kids is best for our state and our state's democracy.
One of the main challenges Wisconsin schools face is funding. Senator Howard Marklein is on a task force at the Capitol making recommendations to help solve that problem.
It was a bipartisan commission. We had a lot of representatives from public schools, private schools.
A report out in the last week from the commission calls for significant spending hikes. The task force is proposing allowing local property taxes to go up more and funding schools 2/3 of the total costs, about a 1% increase of the current funding.
Well, it's a goal that I think the commission wants to work towards, and hopefully we'll be discussing that as the budget gets rolled out here over the next few months.
Evers also campaigned on the 2/3 funding, promising to increase funding by $1.4 billion. But he was non-committal Wednesday on whether he would include any of the task force recommendations in his budget proposal.
The committee that came up with those recommendations, that's a great first start to get us where we want to go.
Evers says he intends on following through on his campaign promises. And Senator Marklein says there are many of the same issues he campaigned on.
I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic at this point that we can certainly work with the governor and his staff.
Governor Evers says he plans to visit a DMV office in the Wausau area tomorrow and will tour the Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake youth prisons on Friday.
Rose Schmidt in the newsroom. Thanks, Rose.